welcome to another Tabitha's Glass Emporium YouTube video. Today we're looking at another one in our floral collection, and it's this fantastic floral mirror. And I kind of thought of this as a Mother's Day gift. I thought it was a lovely kind of idea, eternal floral mirror for your mothers out there, something you could make. And I hope you like this, and I'm going to show you now how to make it. So I've cut a piece of fibre paper the size of the mirror I want, because I want a space behind the glass for the mirror to sit. And now I'm just going to take strips of glass and build up a sort of a ring shape around. Now if you're brilliant at glass, I'm sure you can cut your own ring, but I've tried it a few times and it's not something I feel confident in doing. So I'm going to do it like this and create a ring of glass. Now, because of the 6 centimetre rule, I need to make sure that I'm going to kind of have at least 2 layers of glass, and I kind of want to build it up in different colours and have some lighter and darker shades, but I'm going to go predominantly sort of lighter shades. I love this mint green, and I've got some spring green, but I'll probably will also add a touch of venturine green in as well. So I'm going to build a whole kind of ring round, 2 layers sort of thick. I'll probably use quite a bit of glue, and I can show you how that looks when it's finished. So here it is, ready to go in the kiln. I've managed to bleed all over the fibre paper, but you know, we've all done that. So this is going to go in, guys. I've decided, you know, literally, I've got one kiln available because some of my kilns are not working, and it's got to have something that's a contour fuse on it. So this is now going to go in the contour fuse. It will go fairly warm, so it will all relax, but it's not going to go to a full fuse temperature. I'm also slightly worried that I've cut the thin fire a little bit short on the edge, but at least the shelf is kiln washed. But I'm pretty close to the edge of the kiln shelf, so I'm a bit worried about it going over the edge. So I will put this in the kiln. It's going to go on, as I said, a contour, and we can see how it is when it comes out. So I need to cut a piece of mirror. I've lost my normal circle cutter, so I'm using one that's old and not great, but here's hoping it will be okay. So it slipped massively from the beginning to the end. I'm going to try and tap it out and see if I can make it work. I'm going to take a bit straight across, because then I can always use the rest of the mirror for another project. It's the first time I've actually cut mirror myself. Cut the excess off this side as well. It's running around that. Now what most people do then is you turn it over, and with a soft surface underneath you can try and run the line, but of course this has got painted on the backing, so I don't really like that method. So I'm just going to try and persuade by tapping to get the bits off I don't want. I'm going to do that a bit more like that. Let's see if I can get this to run, but shouldn't do it like this, guys. It's not the best way to do it. No. Okay. Now I'm going to use my grozing pliers to try and get the last bits off.
No.
Because I had some slippage, I've just got to kind of join these two up. And do it like this. In honesty, I think it would have been easier to freehand the circle, which is when you draw the circle on and then you just use one of these and follow it around. Because it's going to be at the back of the back, it doesn't really matter if this is neat or not. I will just pull this bit off. And I might just give a grind to the edge here just to make sure it's not got any sharp bits on it, and then that's good to go. So once I have the size, now I'm going to cut a piece of 6mm fibre paper that exactly fits my mirror. So I've done the fibre paper. Guys, you'll remember I put fibre paper under this for the full fuse. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have. I wasn't thinking it's this fuse that we want the fibre paper under to make the void for the mirror. So I'm making sure that the fibre paper lines up nicely on the mirror and it's sort of in the centre. I'm also quite tight here on either end because of the size of the kiln shelf, and then I also want to put 2 hooks on. And there's my other hook. So I'm putting 2 hooks in like that. Now these are double layers of metal going in here, and then I'm going to just put some fibre paper underneath the hooks to help hold them up. It's probably a bit thick. Do it like that. And then I'll do the same on the other side. So next I want to think where my flower is going to go, and if, like other projects we've done this technique, you need to think ones that are already slumped we can put in place, but we're going to take away when we tack fuse the other ones on. So I kind of want to think about putting my stuff in collections of colours. So we've got this dusky violet and this flower here, and I want to put some of these. Now some of these I might need to put a bit of fibre paper on underneath to help keep them from sliding off, like so. And then some of them I'm going to put maybe some fibre paper underneath so that they slump down under each petal, and then when we put them down they'll slump in and they'll have some shape as well. So I'm going to glue some fibre paper onto the backs of these so I can put them down, and also arrange any freeze infused items I want. Now I'm just going to try and keep items that are small on this. I don't want my layers to get too thick. I've done other projects and I've ended up with very thick layers, then I've had to really do like 6-8 hour nails on them. So for these I'm going to make sure that I can keep it like this. This will be 6 plus another 2 is 8, and then you times it by 2 because it's uneven layers, so I'll be annealing it for 1620 rather than more than that. So that's what I'm aiming for here. So these ones I want to kind of hold off the edge of the glass here, so I'm just sort of using fibre paper to build it up, and I might even kind of build it up a bit more and kind of do it like that, and then another piece. I'm just using offcuts of fibre paper here. Then some of it will sink down and some of it will stick up, and I just think that's quite nice for the organic process. So I'm going to go around and carry on with this process all throughout. You can see with these ones I've just put some fibre paper on the edge, and then I will literally just use some glue to use that fibre paper to help hold it in place, and just put it down like that. Now I'm going to work my way around. I like kind of saying, okay, I'm starting here and then I'm working my way around, and I will add bits, and then I know that I need to take these pieces off when I'm done. But sometimes I might need to lift them off just to have space to work on the other pieces. So as you can see, I'm just building it up, adding the flowers. We put lots of fibre paper under some of them. I've kind of gone with groups of colours, so I've got oranges, salmon pinks. I'm now going to do an area of petal pink over here with some petal pink and freeze and fuse And then I'll put some more neo kind of freeze and fuse ones around here, building it all up slowly but surely. I've got some very nice small freeze and fuse flowers which are kind of cool to put between the gaps. I haven't got so many of them, but it's pretty much nearly there. I'm going to find a couple of items to put around here, but I think that's lovely. Well, I'll get it done and then we can look at it before it goes in the kiln. Just need to make sure I take off the 1, 2, 3 flowers that are already slumped before it goes in the kiln. So here it is, all ready to go in the kiln. All I need to do is make sure I take off the pieces which have already been slumped, because they'll be glued on afterwards. The pieces that have the fibre paper, because it's going on a tack fuse, everything should sink down nicely and will tack to the areas that don't have the fibre paper. It's going to need a good anneal, guys. This is not going to be a quick firing. There's lots of layers, lots going on, and to be on the safe side we need to make sure it's properly annealed so we don't have any tears at the end. So we'll put it in and we can see how it is when it comes out. So here is it out of the kiln. As you see, it will now fit nicely in the mirror, and we can silicone the mirror in the back space, but we just need to clean out all the fibre paper first and clean off the hooks and the 2 hooks there, and then we can silicone the mirror in, and we'll glue the other flowers on. So now it's out, I need to silicone in the mirror. Yeah, I know, guys, I haven't cleaned this. I've cleaned it as well as I can, and I'm not so worried. My silicone seems to be pretty stuck in here. It doesn't want to come out. So I'm just going to put silicone all the way around and get the mirror in here. So here it is with everything glued on. I've glued some extra pieces on the mirror. This was a kind of totally off the cuff. I suddenly went, oh, how about we put some pieces on the mirror? And that kind of evolved, and we had glue on the go, so we did this, and I think it looks really interesting. I would say that it makes cleaning the mirror a complete nightmare, so keep that in mind. If you want a fastidiously clean mirror, it's not it makes it quite hard to clean. But I kind of love it. I love the sort of 3D feel you get of the items. We've got put a little ribbon on so we can hang it up. We may need a thicker ribbon than that. But, you know, it's nice. It's quite heavy, I would say. It's not, the lightest of pieces. But it's fun. You probably can see Miller now in the mirror. But as a Mother's Day gift, I think this could be a really, really lovely present to someone. You also do something smaller and simpler. You don't have to do a round. You could do a square. But I love the idea, and it's another way of bringing this kind of lovely floral feeling to these slightly dark days we're having at the moment. I really hope you've enjoyed this YouTube video. I've enjoyed making it, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with it. I do love it when you share your projects with me and what you've done with my ideas. It just makes me so happy. So please keep on sharing. I always appreciate all your lovely comments about the murrine, but guys, it's what you do with them that really makes the projects. You do such great things with them, and it just makes us all here at Tabitha's Glass Emporium so happy to see what you guys are making with the products we're making all the way over in Croatia. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please keep your alerts on, and so you get the new video, and we will see you soon.